What's good, everybody? It's John. Come back at you on another video. So with this video is going to be all about upgrading. And I'm here to tell you that it's time for you to elevate your life. Now, the funny part is that there's a lot of people who have dreams and aspirations to have all these nice things and to, completely improve their life, right? Like they want all these great things. And, I understand it, right? As humans, we have the right to desire things, right? We can want to, life is meant to be an adventure. So we can desire the nice home, the nice car, all these great things. It's just funny to me because many folks desire these things, but they also want to remain the same person. Like they want everything in their life to drastically change, but they also don't want to lift a finger to change who they are, right? Like they want all these miracles to happen, and yet they want to remain the same person, right? Like they don't ever want to make any adjustment about themselves. And I understand miracles can happen. Most certainly miracles can happen. But a life becomes much better and a lot easier and smooth sailing when you decide to elevate yourself, when you decide to get better. See, that's often the part where most people forget, because most people are always searching for technique. They're always searching for technique. They're always searching for a route. They're always searching for answers, right? They need to know how to do something, how to get somewhere, right? Very few people ever decide to work on themselves. And I think it's probably because, the only times we really ever get to look at ourselves is if we actually like look down at our body or look at ourselves in the mirror. So oftentimes I feel like we may forget about ourselves, but improving ourselves is always going to be the best route towards the things that you want. Because first and foremost, the law of attraction is a real thing, because energy is a real thing, because everything on this planet is made up of energy. And the law states that like attracts like. So the energy that you put out is the energy that you receive in return. So the energy that you put out attracts people, events, and circumstances to you to help match that energy. Why? Because everything on this planet is energy. So knowing this, there's plenty of people who are oblivious to that. But knowing that, then logically, if you would want to change your life, you begin change your life by first and foremost changing your attitude. Because as you improve your attitude, that means you can go from being negative and pessimistic to being positive and optimistic. And you being positive and being happy and feeling good that entire time, you are in fact creating your future, because you are attracting things into your life, right? It becomes a lot easier to elevate your life and create the life that you always wanted to live when you are feeling good. And you've known this to be true, because when you feel your best, you get your best ideas. But when you feel your best, when you're feeling good, that's when you internally and your body feels your best. You've known this. When you feel good, when you're laughing, that is the best feeling to feel in the world. And you would choose to feel that feeling over any other feeling, right? This is how you make improvements, right? You elevate your life by growing as a person, by improving, by investing in yourself. See, most people want all these fancy things, and it's great, right? Desire these things. You deserve to have them. The only problem is that most people just don't want to do anything to get there. Most people just want to be the exact same person and just want to have all the nice things. You need to get better. You need to improve. And a lot of times people are praying for a miracle, but a lot of times they're operating from a place of negativity, from a place of lack. That a lot of times people are operating from a state of hopelessness and just constantly praying and wishing for great things to happen, right? Miracles can happen, but what you need to understand is you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself, because you are a creator. You were given the gift of creation, which means you can make anything happen. You can bring forth anything. This is why you should never lose hope in life, because you have the power to create the things that you want to create. And it's hard for people to wrap their head around that, because They always say, well, if I was a creator, I wouldn't be living this life. I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't have created this. But it's because you were creating by default, because you were just not aware of your power and your true abilities, right? You were creating by default because events will happen in life and you'll immediately say they're bad, and then that will frustrate you. And guess what happens when you're frustrated? You're vibrating negative energy, which is attracting negative events to you. And there's a lot of people that say that they can't control their emotions. So if you can't control your emotions, then you're just creating by default. You're allowing the external events and the circumstances of your life create your life, when creation is supposed to be from the inside out, right? Because you use your thoughts, your imagination, your creativity, all of your feelings, all of your emotions, the things that you've created in your mind, and you bring that out to the surface, right? This is why you can wake up one day and you can envision an outfit that you want to wear, and then you go into your wardrobe and you pick out that outfit and you wear that outfit. That's you creating your outfit for the day, right? The same thing when you think about food, a certain food item that you want to make or eat at a specific restaurant, and then you go to that place and eat that food. You created that because you had that idea and you went out and made it happen, right? You freely chose the idea of what you wanted to eat, so then you went out and ate that thing. So why don't you just freely choose the things that you want to have? Like, you can freely choose the life that you want to live and begin taking steps to create that, right? You have that power. See, you elevate your life by improving yourself, because as you improve yourself, it becomes a lot easier to create the things that you want in life, because that is when you begin to realize and accept your true power as a creator, where you can realize that you can make whatever it is that you want in this life happen, where you realize that you can be, do, or have anything. And that is when you realize, like when I say be, do, and have, I always say it in that order, because that is the order of operation. That is the order in which you need to do things, right? It is being, doing, then having, right? To elevate your life, you first need to become the person that you want to be. You want to become the person that you envision being, the person that has all these nice things. And that right there, that's the first step to become that person. And most people don't even do that first step, because most people want to stay the same person, right? You want to be this person with the dream body, but yet you don't want to become the dream body person, right? You don't want to tap into the bodybuilder energy in order to have the body of a bodybuilder, right? You just want, snap of a finger, boom, for you to slim down or to build muscle mass, right? But you don't want to lift the finger to do it. You need to become that person, right? You need to close your eyes and paint that picture of what that person looks like, and then tap into that person, because that version of you exists. That version of you has always existed, right? Just like the happy version and the sad version of you exists at the same time right now, because in this moment, as you're watching this video, you can choose to think a happy thought and feel really happy, or you can choose to think a really sad thought and feel sad at the same time, right? In this moment, you can choose to be happy or choose to be sad. So both versions of you, happy and sad, exist right now at the same time, because you can choose which version you want to feel and which version you want to tap into. The same way with the wealthy and abundant version of you versus the version of you that experiences lack, right? Typically, the version of you that experiences lack, this is the version of you that just feels sorry for yourself, that feels as though, they're a victim to the world, that they're powerless and there's nothing that they can do about the situation to change it. And then there's the wealthy and the abundant side of you, that version of you that understands and accepts that you're a creator, that you can be, do, or have anything, that you can create anything. So you're not going to be worried about your present reality as much, because you can just create the life that you want. You have to be the person. Is be, do, or have. You have to be the person, and you have to do what that person does, and then you can have what that person has, right? That is the process. Most people skip over the first step, and then they wonder why they're not in the place that they want to be. They wonder why they don't have the things that they want, because they just want to remain the same. There's people that wake up each and every day angry, frustrated, with a nasty attitude, that's rude to everyone. And then they wonder why they can't get ahead in life. And then these are seen people that wonder why no one wants to be their friend or no one wants to associate themselves with them. Right? It's no surprise, right? Typically, the people who are the angriest, the most frustrated, the most, right, that are vibrating the most negative energy, these are the people that truly struggle to get ahead in life. It's not a surprise, right? So I'm saying all this because I want you. It's time for you to elevate your life. It is time for you to get better. It is time for you to invest in yourself. It is time for you to take this serious because you can make the appropriate change and it can completely catapult you towards where it is that you're going, right? By simply making the necessary changes. It's hard to imagine someone getting everything they could ever possibly want and just remaining the same regular person, remaining like a negative person, because most people are conditioned to be negative because that's just for a lot of people, unfortunately, that's the default setting, right? To just be negative, to be pessimistic. You have goals and dreams, right? The second you tell it to somebody else, they'll say, oh, but that can't happen, right? They'll be quick to shoot down your idea. How do you make it happen? That's not possible, right? You see it all the time. That's people's natural, well, not natural, but that's people like, that's their default setting because they've conditioned to be that way. You need to change that conditioning. You need to begin improving yourself so that you can get better, right? Don't wish for an easier life. Wish for you to get better so that regardless of any obstacle that gets thrown your way, you'll be able to triumph over it. You'll be able to blast right through. There won't ever be a wall or a ceiling that could ever stop you because you just blast right through. And then that is when life will begin to be easier and feel easier because you yourself have gotten better. That is how you elevate your life, right? The people who truly get far in life, these are the people that are constantly reading, they're constantly in search of knowledge. These are the people that are always invested in themselves because that is always going to be the greatest investment you can make. And unfortunately, a lot of folks either don't know that or are not aware of that or often put themselves last. And then they wonder why they continue getting the short end of the stick or they continue wondering why they're always just fighting for the breadcrumbs of society. It's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to get better. It's time for you to show up as the new and improved version of yourself or to bring out the best version of yourself and tap into you as a creator and begin creating and begin making things happen, beginning to show up with the right attitude each and every day because you understand that you having the right attitude is what's going to create the life that you truly want, is what's going to attract the best ideas and people, events, and circumstances to deliver you the things that you want so that you can live a happy, fulfilling, magical life. This is how it all works. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to elevate your life. I want you to be your best and live your best life. And because that's why we're here, right? We're all here to be happy. We're all here to live a fulfilling life, right? And I want everyone to win because I know that you watching the video, I know that you winning does not mean that I lose. But so many people have the crabs in a barrel mentality where the only way like that they need to pull, if they see people winning, they need to pull those people down because they think that someone else is taking their prize. I understand that my prizes, my gifts, my blessings are reserved for me and for nobody else. And there's more than enough to go around for everybody. So this is why I freely share this stuff with you because I want you to also win. I want you to bring out the best version of yourself because I know that when you do that, you'll also help many more people along the way. You'll help pull up other people to help them get to the point where you're at, where you're able to live a grand life, a fun life, and everyone's winning, right? That is how you elevate your life. See, most people are just trying to find the strategy. They're just trying to find the route or the answers, the how to get to wherever it is they're going. But the fastest way to get there and the most efficient way is for you to become that person that you want to be, right? It's not if you have health goals and you want to get that perfect body, you will get to that perfect body if you show up as that bodybuilder, as that gym rat version of you with that mentality, rather than you trying to show up to the gym with being the unhealthy person. Because no matter how much you work out in the gym, your unhealthy habits are they're going to win every time. Because you can go work out, and then after you work out, guess what? The unhealthy person is going to go eat unhealthy food, and then they're going to continue with the unhealthy habits, which are going to override the progress that they'll make at the gym. And then they wonder why they can't make progress. It's because you need to be first and foremost. You need to step into that healthy bodybuilder mentality version of you that exists, right? Every time you look in the mirror, look at that person look at yourself as being the person that already has the perfect body, right? And you need to tap into that. You need to start acting like that person. You need to start operating like that person, making every decision like that person. And then you'll see that you'll end up getting the results of that person. That is with all things in life, right? You want to be financially abundant? What does the wealthy and abundant version of you look like? I'll tell you, it looks like someone that's confident. It looks like someone that has the right attitude. It looks like the person that's disciplined and dedicated, that shows up each and every day to do what they have to do. It also looks like the person that does not feel sorry for themselves, right? That if something happens, they'll still have a smile on their face, and they'll say somehow, some way that they're going to win, right? The winners in life are the people that will tell the story of what they were able to do, whereas the losers in life are the people that say what happened to them, right? They speak about the events, the things that happened to them. The winners are the ones that say, you know what, this even happened and this is what I did about it. The losers will basically have the victim mentality and say, oh, look at all the bad things that happened to me, right? The wealthy version of you understands that they are a creator, understands that they are that they're connected and operating with a higher power. The wealthy version of you knows that they can create the life that they want to live. And so they're not going to spend time feeling sorry for themselves, because that's wasted energy. Why would I feel sorry for myself when I know I have the power to create the life that I want? It just sounds silly. But the people that feel sorry for themselves a lot of times is because they don't know that. So I'm sharing this with you so that you can have the blueprint to create the life that you want, so that you can elevate your life regardless of where it's at. You have the power to do that, and it begins with you improving. It begins with you investing in yourself and growing, because your growth is what's going to make you a valuable person, because you now have uncovered the value that exists within you. And from this point on, now you can create anything and everything, and you can also help so many people along the way. And as you help people, right, you're providing people with value. Guess what represents value? Money represents value. Money is the exchange of value. So then money is going to make its way to you. And then, of course, you have finances making its way to you, and you're serving other people because you're someone that's valuable and you can provide so much value to the world. Then, of course, with those finances, you can be able to get all the other things that you could ever want. So I'm giving you the blueprint right here, completely for free, right? So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe as we on the road to 1 million subscribers, guys. So once again, it's Showell, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.